Well, I'm here with Josh Chipperfield, one of the actors from JCAD Pictures' latest films, and I believe you've been filming today.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Alright then, just want to ask you a few questions about your character. I believe you play the mysterious biker, if I'm correct?
I do, yeah.
Alright, so I just want to begin asking, what was your character's backstory?
Well, it's quite a mysterious character, so I can't really reveal too much about that. But what I can say is that he worked very closely with Jason, which is the main character in the film, and may have had something to do with his memory loss.
Oh, okay, well that's very interesting already.
Yeah, hope so.
So you just said that you worked closely with Jason. Can you expound on that for us, please?
Well, they were good friends, and they worked on a secret government project to take down a terrorist known as Mohammed Parsandai.
Oh, okay.
But when we found him, we were captured by these terrorists, and they corrupted Jason's mind and turned him for evil. And my character's trying to find him and turn him back to good.
So this is actually kind of, we see Jason as the protagonist, but he's actually the antagonist, and you're actually the good guy in the film, and he's actually but you're trying to bring him back to, but you're portrayed as the enemy.
Yeah, but the audience won't know this. So
until later on in the film.
Twist for them.
Okay, well spoilers alert everybody, a bit too late, but
yeah.
It's looking good so far. So the final question I had to ask you, so what is your character actually like underneath the helmet in modern day life?
Well, he's a very nice man. He loves his family, his country. He's a very nice person to everyone that he meets. But as soon as that helmet goes on, he's all business. He's just there to complete the job or task that's been set for him.
It doesn't really matter what the job is, he'll get it done.
Yeah.
But actually, he's actually a normal, kind, loving guy underneath, loyal to his country and his family.
It's kind of two different
contrast between. Well, okay, I presume that's fun to play then, having the one character. You can play basically two characters in one.
Yeah.
So it's almost like
quite interesting.
When he has the helmet on, he's kind of more the evil guy, and when he has the helmet off, he's more of the good guy as such.
Yeah, it's kind of what he keeps them.
Okay, I look forward to seeing the film. So thank you very much for joining me in this interview, and I'll hope to see the film soon.
Well, hopefully, hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. We're here with Joseph Powers, the protagonist who plays Jason in the latest thriller film from JCAD Pictures. So welcome to the show, Joe.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And we're going to ask you a few questions about your character. So the first question we wanted to ask is, can we have anything about your backstory? What's your character's backstory?
Well, the backstory behind my character is no one really knows, actually. It's kind of a mystery, and that's kind of the twist on it. We do know that my character he's got his memory, and he's trying to get it back over the course of the movie, and he kind of wants to find out how he lost his memory, and not only he wants to go back to his old life, and he wants to understand, what his old life was and why he can't remember it. And as it goes on, he keeps searching, and kind of a spoiler alert, but what he originally thought of the biker, him being bad as it's perceived in the movie. He may not be as bad as I originally thought, and I may not be as good as I originally thought.
Well, that's interesting, because we had an interview with your co-actor, Josh Chipperfield, who played the mysterious biker, and he mentioned something about he's not as bad as everyone thinks he is, and you may not be as good as what everyone thinks you are. So we're already getting a little bit of a contrast between the characters, which is seems to be very good so far. So, what does your character actually think about the biker man chasing him?
Well, initially he's quite frightened of the biker because he doesn't know a lot about him at the time. But the suit he's wearing does trigger kind of jog his memory as to what happened in his past, his former line of work and that type of thing. And it does trigger a memory about his wife even. And it's at that point that he kind of gets concerned for his wife. He's kind of, he wants to find out what happened to his wife, where is she? And he will do anything to find out, even if that doesn't mean killing the biker. Which later on we will find out is kind of a big mistake, because again, he's not as bad as you think he is. In fact, he's actually Jason's best friend even, and they work side by side in the agency they work for as agents, spies. I'll leave that up to you.
Secret government agent, I was led to believe by Josh. Yeah, but the thing I wanted to point out there, so this kind of suit that he wears brings back a flashback as such for Jason, and from what I've got the gist of, this flashback is the first flashback he's had since he lost his memory and triggers the memory of his wife. So now, in the opening 2 minutes, Jason already has his objective of the film, which is to find his wife. and find out what this biker has to do with his wife. Am I correct with saying that?
Yeah, you are correct in saying that. You know, Jason is he's very concerned for his wife at the time.
Yeah, well, I bet. And so the final question I want to ask you is, what is your character trying to achieve throughout the film?
Well, my character kind of wants to find out about his old life and his wife and make sure she's safe. And, you know, just find out who this biker man is that's chasing him and just overall get back his memory, find out why he's lost it. And you find out that he has lost his memory due to a terrorist organisation that has conveniently somehow managed to kidnap him and basically corrupt his memory so that he can't recall it, and they kind of want to use him to their own advantage. Make him kind of be, you know, do what they want.
Turn him to the terrorist side
Yeah.
as such.
Make him...
Switch sides.
Yeah, switch sides even. And you find out that kind of because of this, it kind of not only puts his former life in danger, his former line of work and the people he's worked with, but even the whole world in danger, because, you know, having someone who's on both sides even could be a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, I bet. Well, thank you very much for letting us interview you today, Joe, and we look forward to seeing the movie.
Okay, thank you.
I'm here with Charlotte Marmon, the actress that plays Katie in JCAB Pictures' latest thriller film, Sprint. So we're going to ask you a few questions about your character. So, how important is your character to the storyline?
I think Katie is quite important, although she's not shown on screen that much, but she's mentioned quite a lot. She's seen as a damsel in distress, and she needs rescuing by Jason. And also for that, Jason, he's forgotten everything else about his life, and she's the only thing that he remembers in his former life.
So she's the only thing in the film connecting him to his flashbacks in the film. Without you, there wouldn't be any flashbacks, and there would be no film, really.
Yes, exactly.
So that's quite strange, considering that how small of smallish part that you play has such a big impact on the actual film itself.
Yes, he definitely wants to... It's something that, because he can't find he doesn't know who he is, really. And he's the only thing that he only remembers Katie, so that actually shows how important she is to him as well.
Yeah, indeed. So, at the beginning of the film, where actually are you? Because we see in the opening 2 minutes that Jason is seen running through a forest. So where are you in this present day scene?
Well, Katie is a journalist, and she ends up going to Syria to see the refugees. But in that time while she's there, she ends up getting kidnapped by terrorists and taken to this camp. Now this urges Jason to go looking for her because he's really worried about her, where she is. But in that time, he also gets captured and then is brainwashed. So actually he does more harm than good when he looks for her.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the film, you're actually left heartbroken and frightened because Jason is kind of, he's captured you, I suppose.
Yeah.
And now he's gone on the run, and now he's actually completely lost his memory.
Yeah, I thought there was no hope for me because I thought he was going to rescue me, but actually he's very terrifying.
Kind of turned insane, really. So the vibe I'm getting from this is that he doesn't remember. He's been corrupted by the terrorists, but he doesn't actually remember what he's done with the terrorists. Mm-hmm. So he's actually hurt you, but he doesn't remember that.
Yeah, he's a totally different person. It's something I've never seen before.
So wow, that's deep, that is. And the final question I had for you is, how do you think Katie, your character, has been emotionally changed from the flashback to the present day, from everything that's went on?
Oh yes, definitely. Before all this happened, she had a very nice life, married, she's expecting a child, and then her whole world just got turned upside down. This man that she married turned into someone she did not even recognise. He was interrogating her, which was terrifying. And I also think this is going to have a massive knock-on effect for her relationship with the child, because she's going to view the baby in a much different way. And I also think she's going to be more distant from her husband, because at the end of the day, she saw two sides of this person that she never knew. I do think it's going to have a massive effect on her in the future.
So what you're saying is that she'll be distant from the baby because the baby is related to Jason, and because you're frightened of Jason and he's changed two sides of him, you're going to be scared of that baby too because of the genes that...
Yeah, and I also think throughout the pregnancy she's going to be more stressed because this hasn't been the easiest pregnancies to start with. So I do think she's going to find it hard.
So you think this actually could have a really bad effect on the baby?
Yeah.
In the long term?
I also think it would be an unhappy household for quite a bit of it because, like I said earlier, this man she married turned into someone she didn't know and actually kind of terrified her. So I do think that it will change her forever.
Oh yes, definitely. Well, thank you very much for joining us in this interview, Charlotte, and we look forward to seeing the film.